All right, man. We back on All right, Man channel. Like, share, subscribe if you got the time. If you don't, I don't give a damn because this channel still ain't monetized yet, but it will be eventually. All right, so check it out. This episode is about Joe Budden, his influence on the culture, and the Joe Budden podcast. So I've been following Joe Budden since Def Jam Vendetta days. Pump it up. All that shit. I heard all the mixtapes, mood musics, the freestyles with Charles Hamilton, the freestyles on Green Lantern, like all of that, the whole blog era. I was one of the first people that was into the Juan Epstein podcast. So I seen when Peter Rosenberg helped out Joe Budden and got him the studio or whatever the fuck happened. I don't know. But I remember that. I remember listening to the podcast, the pastime. You know what I'm saying? It was a good shit back then. He was very honest, very arrogant, just authentically himself, right? So recently, within the last year and some change, since the Spotify deal has ended, the podcast has kind of become very PC. It's almost like they're walking on eggshells, and I don't know. It could be the culture. It could be, when you're looked at and regarded as somebody famous, when you're notable, when people start paying attention to what you got going on, they would easily want to cancel you. And they want to cancel Joe. They do. They really do. I think that's why he kind of talks the way he talks now, and I think that's why he's very responsible with his platform. Back in the day, like 2015, it was funny to say 2015 was back in the day. Time goes fast. But anyway, back then, he didn't really have anything to lose. He was giving his honest opinion. Shout out to my man Pump Killer. Big Pump Killer. He's a I don't know if he's a troll, but I found him on Reddit, and the dude is basically like has 20 disses in a very Joe Budden fashion, aimed at the Joe Budden podcast. I think they're hilarious. I think they're entertaining. I don't know why Joe and them just be like, I'm not going to listen to it. Like, listen to it, man, because he's really like, it's some shit that you would say if you were on the outside looking in. Like, you became kind of everything that you spoke against in a way. But you're still under this banner called the content creator. Look, a lot of people took from Joe Budden. Like he was one of the first artists that was really on the internet interacting with his fans. And, it's just his music didn't connect well with the masses. Had it done that, he'd be probably regarded as one of the best to ever do it. And in my opinion, he is because of his influence. I think that with the podcast right now, in this era, we're in a pandemic. I don't know why he wants people to pay $25 to see some exclusive content. Like, what is the exclusive content? Like, are you smashing bitches on there? Like, are you, like, giving out some credit game? Are you, what I'm saying, showing us how to do a podcast? I don't know. Like, I'm not really into, and I'm speaking for myself, like, this channel is just me giving out my opinion on things. I'm not about to pay to see three men give their honest opinion about celebrity shit or their lifestyle or whatever the fuck. Like, you dudes were doing that for free for, like, the past couple years. Like, why am I going to pay for it now? Now, I could see if he was just like, I'm moving the podcast solely to Patreon, it's $5, I would pay for that. Hell, I might even pay $10 a month just to listen to the podcast on Patreon, completely unfiltered. I would, but $25? Nah, nigga, nah. Nah, I'm not doing it. Now, granted, it is a different price structure, so it is one that's from $5 and it's one that goes up or whatever, but I just didn't get that shit. But, recently I feel like the podcast has fell off. I can't really get through an entire episode. I feel like they don't speak on obvious subjects. Like they'll never discuss Desiree Perez on there. I mean, I understand why. It is what it is, but it's certain subjects I feel like they should speak about that they're not. Certain things that happen that they're just like, nope, we're not going to touch that. And it's like, this is not what we became a fan of your shit for. But granted, people have to grow. They have to evolve, but I think it's time for Joe Budden to go find somebody who is unfiltered and authentically themselves. Hell, I even told Pump Killer, I was like, Big Pump Killer, pause, Jesus Christ. But I told Big Pump Killer to, Joe Budden should hire you. He should. Because what does he have to lose hiring you? You're entertaining. You're funny. You're giving the exact rundown about the podcast. You're actually making me go back and listen to the podcast. Like, I listen to certain episodes that I missed because Pump Killer came out and said, like, they're hypocrites. So I had to go in there and listen to what they were saying. It helps out the pod. One hand washes the other. I think Joe needs to find new talent. Look, them girls on that channel, that's great. But Karen Civil is not going to give you, Karen Civil is going to give you business advice, teach you how to market, make you aware of things within the industry that you may not know about. That's cool, along with me. You know what I'm saying? Look, all the women are beautiful. Let's not go there. I know people say, oh, there's some of them, but look, you need a male podcast. You need a podcast where dudes are honest. They don't care about being canceled. And they have nothing to really lose. And build that shit up. And then that's going to run its course. And then they can go off and do other things. And then guess what? You're looked at as like the Gucci of the podcast game. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm off. But I just been sitting back and watching and listening for years. And the pod has fell off, man. It's fell the fuck off. Rory looked like he wanted to snuff Joe. Maul looking like he texting somebody about his exit strategy and about when the bag come. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Parks is engineering. Parks is chilling. But it's just like, dude, do you not recognize, like, it's kind of falling apart. But, hey, I could be completely wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll come back out and say, hey, I was wrong. The Pod brothers are back. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, I don't know. Get into the comment section if you feel like I'm full of shit. If you feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. If you feel like, I'm an idiot. Get in the comment section, man. I don't really give a damn. I'm not getting paid off this channel yet, Like, share, subscribe if you got the time. All right, man.